Hello, good evening, and welcome to the latest episode of this. Me trying to get a little bit better at Scrabble. I, it might be a little while before I actually play, um, so I will put up the timestamp, and you can just fast forward to that point if you want. If you want to skip this uh, stuff that I'm gonna talk about, like learning words. So I've been trying to learn some words the last couple of weeks. Something I have a I'm not I don't feel like my word knowledge is really that good. What I've been trying to do is actually learn bingos and to begin with, which is kind of people might think, well, why not do the shorter words first because they're easier. That's not how my brain works. I actually find the threes really, really hard to learn. They just don't. They're just a massive blob. So I'll have to, but I will try and tackle them after I've sort of become a little bit better at the bingo stuff. So I've been doing seven and eight letter bingos. Some of them really, really common ones. What I've actually been doing is stems. So looking at common six-letter stems that when you add a letter to it give a seven, which make a bingo, and also seven-letter stems that when you add an eighth letter, you could get an eight-letter bingo. I've been doing what I feel are the top 20 stems for both the sevens and eights, and it's been kind of interesting. And I find when I mix the sevens and eights up, I've been trying to test myself on sevens and eights. But then that sort of messes me up a little bit. But I'll have to get used to doing that, I suppose. Now, I haven't been using any sort of programs. What I've done actually is simply get the stems, add a letter to them, to each, to to the stem, and then all the possibilities for them for the top 27s and then top 28s. And then I have one for both mixed all together. Uh, so it could be something like retains plus a W or something like that, which I think only has one anagram, and that will be in there. And that could come up. Any of the others could come up randomly, and it shuffles letters around. So this is just an Excel. Just randomize the letters. My Excel uh, skills uh, just about run to that, and that's how I've been doing it. And I'll just see if I can get it. And when I have multiple, sometimes it will have multiple solutions. I'll try and get as many as I can. If it's got six and I get four, say, I'm quite happy with that. Give myself 30 seconds. My clock up, my timer on my phone. Countdown, 30 seconds. See if I can see what I can do. Sometimes it will take me 2 seconds. Sometimes, of course, it takes me a lot longer. Sometimes I don't get it at all, and so forth. You have to kind of and I've got them printed out too. That's the other thing. So it's a bit easier to see. It means I can see them in a list uh, for each. My other thing I do is I have a what I call a mnemonic for each. What is a mnemonic? I suppose for each of the stems. Like I've made up a phrase and the letters within that phrase. Don't think I've done it for the absolute most common ones like retain or you know tisane, ones like that are extremely extremely common. But when you get past the top three, I've made up a mnemonic, and to give you an example of that, the one for Etia, Eatier, which is not actually a real word. Some of them, most of the stems actually are real words. That one's not though. One for that, and I'm thinking about food and stuff, and I've got no problem to serve. I've got like you can imagine serving food, so it has some kind of uh, logical link to the what the stem actually is, even though Etia is not a real word in that case. But what's the ones that are, of course, Eurasian and stuff like that would be a seven-letter stem. And so, no problem to serve is my thing I made up. And that tells you that only the letters that are in that phrase go with Etia to make a word. So the first one alphabetically would be a B, which is just Betia. Okay. And then C and D you see don't work. E works. That actually gives a five-vowel word. Eatery, spelled I-E at the end with three E's. Then I go F, G, and as you see, it actually doesn't have a lot of letters that go with that one. So that one's a little bit easier to learn. That's why I picked that one just then. And then you try and Also, I try and make some links between the stems as well, or between the different sets of words. Like and see if you can like for instance, like one of the stems, again, this one's not a real word either. Seven-letter stem I have is toe liar, Toeliar. Um, I have a mnemonic for that one as well. More letters go with that one. And just trying to think what it is. Oh yeah, so E is the only vowel that goes with that one. So my phrase that I made up has to have only E's in it as vowels. It can't have any other vowels. I've got to, so the word feet is in the phrase. Toes, feet, kind of makes sense. I'd put that word in there if I could. And that so F is going to be in there. That would give me floatier. And B, which is in actually in my phrase as well, um, that would give bloatier, but that's not a real word, but it's actually labourite. So I have to think about that. So you've got bloatier, that's not a real word, but it does anagram to get a real word, give a real word. Floatier, that is a word, and then gloatier is not a word at all. It doesn't have any anagrams either. So you can sort of see these little links. G is not in that in the phrase I have for that one. And E is the only vowel, as I said. That would make aerolite. And aerolith is in there too, which I know is a program that people use to anagram and stuff or to test themselves or competitively. I never actually used it, but I've heard about it. So yeah, and it's kind of interesting. You're trying to. I'm not great. I'm not perfect at it. I miss stuff all the time, and I just practice this. I just bang Excel, refresh, bang, new word, new set of letters. I try and get it. Um, but I miss them quite often, and I get them and I learn them, and then I miss them and go back and I miss them. And, yeah, I'm just so my brain's just not that. I'm too old for this stuff. Maybe that's it. And the other the other thing is you start to get your favourite words here too. Like I noticed there are quite a lot of bingo. Surprising number that begin with C. I don't mean the letter C. That's a useful letter, by the way. It's a good letter to have. SEA, the deep blue sea. Like you've got sea train, which has several anagrams. Antisera, resinata. What other stuff? Ratanese. It has some others as well, doesn't it? Oh, some that are more common than that too, and I can't think what they are off the top of my head. You see, this is the problem. Um, what else does it have? It's got some other stuff too. So lot of so that, and then you've got seabird, which I know goes with for braised abiders. I think that's a word. Abrides, yeah, and some others too. I'm sure there are others. Uh, and then you've got sea gird, which is a fun one. GIRT. It's actually in the Australian national anthem, the "Girt by Sea," kind of fun, and that's got a lot of other anagrams too. You've got Agister, triages, tirages. Is that in there? Gators, which is a reasonably known normal word, um, and a bunch of others probably too. Maybe not. Maybe that's all. I don't know. I can't remember. And what other ones? Seafront, that doesn't have any anagrams. Sea Robin, now that's my absolute favourite one. It has an anagram of baronies. And it's a kind of so what's nice about this is I do have some slightly more uncommon letters that come in as well. I think if I just only learnt the absolute top 500 or something, the uncommon letters like F's, B's, Y's, even J's and stuff, they just wouldn't even be there. And I think I would be the lack of those sort of stronger letters would make it actually harder for me to learn them. So I think it's important to have some in there. Of course, they don't all have those sorts of letters in, but some do, and I think that actually helps a little bit. Even if they're slightly less common, I think it's worth it. Now, what is the benefit of doing this? Well, I don't know. This is another um, different story because you get 50 points for a bingo. It's a lot of points, or bonus points, right? So it's a lot. But like how often is one of these words gonna like? Am I averaging like one per 5 games, something like that, of the list that I've got? Okay, so that already brings it down to 10 on average per game, 10 extra points. Then some of them I'm gonna miss, and some of them I would have got anyway because they're common words, probably. Like, like a word like bearing or something, which is one of the ones I'd hope I'd have got that, one of the ones on the list, or you know, retains or something, So, so maybe that cuts it down by another half. So we're looking at 5 points a game now. Maybe even that's an overestimate. Do you even really get 50 points extra for playing a bingo anyway? Because if you don't play a bingo, you might still score okay. Also, there could be defensive. Um, defensive. It could be poor defensively for you if you play a bingo. Suddenly you're gonna open up a lot of stuff for your opponent to get a good score too. So there's that. So that maybe you have to take a little bit off, but then that you can also add on the fact that you're gonna um, ugh, you'll save yourself some thinking time if you can just see the word immediately, and even see words that do not go as well. Not waste your time trying to find a bingo that's just not there. That's handy. Or if they're slightly less common, like a word like energic, which is I know is on my list. Before I learnt that word, I'd probably be scrabbling around, haha, looking at I don't know, e-racing or something and not finding anything and just wasting mental, energy and time. And I wouldn't have to do that. Hopefully I'd find an urgent or see that an urgent doesn't fit on the board and then, you know, uh, move on. So there's that. So probably those two things maybe cancel out the defensiveness and the loss of defensiveness or whatever, plus but then the brain power saving of is probably so we're probably looking at 5 points a game, something like that. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's not huge either, is it? But then I will learn some more. Next thing after this is going to have to be the threes. That's my absolute bane. I remember that from last time. I hated the threes. People always say you learn the twos and the threes. Well, the twos are okay. There's not that many of them. Threes, they're just a mush. But I'll have to tackle them and then learn what sort of hooks they take as well. And I'm really bad at that stuff. Then it's going to have to be dumps of, I mean, like double I words, double U words, UI words, U yes, WU, and all sorts of stuff like that. Going to have to get get with it when it comes to those sorts of words that are very, very useful. At the moment I just don't know enough of them. I did promise that it would be a little while before I actually get started with the game, and this is why I talked about learning words, and now I'm going to talk about this game that I played earlier. Well, was it Tuesday or something? I thought it was a really good game. So let's have a look at what happened against Peru, which now I had a look at Peru after I played this, and it looked like it played 24. He or she, I couldn't really tell, and played 24,000 games. So he could play this with his eyes closed, whereas I couldn't. So that was something. He's also rated slightly higher than me. Uh, I don't know. I mean, the rating must mean something when you've played that many games. I haven't played a huge number by any means. I played like 20, like 30, 25, 30, some number like that. Uh, let's see what actually happened. We've played a pathetic number of games, let's be honest, since I rejoined like 3 weeks ago. I played a few hundred, I think, going back a few years ago. Anyway, let's see what happened. Uh, Plays Dread from a rat containing the queue. He decided to keep the queue because there's no way you can play the queue with this lot. And rather than actually changing, I don't know what I would do here. Maybe I would just keep the ED or ER or DER or some READ or something and not score anything. Get rid of everything. But he decided to score 18 and keep the queue. I don't know. I actually don't know what the right thing to do there is. My rack's not great, but it does have some way of scoring. What do I do? I played JOL. I had to get rid of either the J or the K there somehow. Or both, I suppose. I could have played joke there too. But I didn't want to do that, I think, because I didn't want to put the E right there. And, Z could even go there, which that would have been disastrous. He's still got the cube. He's got the U now as well, which is kind of nice that he managed to pick up that. and he plays yet, and I play a second three-letter word, play lek, which I do know is money. It's Albanian money, I know that. And what's he's sort of his rank's getting a little bit nicer. He's keeping hold of this Q, isn't he? He's got but now he's got the blank and the U, and it's not looking too bad. He decides to keep hold of the Q. So this is interesting. He actually changes here, gets rid of the F and the G, and keeps everything else. What did he keep? QUTR blank. Whoa, it's keeping the QU, and I don't think I would do that. I think I would just get rid of everything except the RT and blank, and even with the U, the Q is kind of burdensome, isn't it? I don't know, but it could be that keeping the QU is what you should do there. I actually don't know. And if you haven't got any nice way of actually playing, yeah, maybe that's what you should do. The QU is that powerful. Like, still feels hard but to use, but with the blank as well, maybe the extra flexibility. Well, it'd be nice to know, wouldn't it? Anyway, what do I do? Play a third three-letter word. Seems like a good move. Scores 35. I'm making Yeti. And now look what he does. Look what he does. He scores 114 for Squirter. That's just amazing. Sometimes you just have to sit back and admire that, right? That was really nice. And funny enough, I actually played a move in the game immediately prior to this, which scored just over 100. Beeswax was the word. I think it was 103. First time since before COVID that I'd ever played a 100-point word. And then he gets in the very next game, my opponent gets a word that scores more than that. So anyway, so I play Sam, my fourth three-letter word in a row. He scores well with Zoo, and I'm behind by quite a lot at this point. I feel like Woozier with an S could be a word. I don't think it is though. And I end up, what do I do here? Playing Wooz. My fifth three-letter word. I played five straight threes to start the game, and so what? Actually, I would have thought about Woot or Woof or something, but like maybe, I don't know, but he doesn't do that. Plays Fats just for 12, which is kind of interesting. Now I can see I've got a bingo. I've got more than one bingo. I know artsier is a word, um, and tarries is a word, and I'm sure I know there are other words too, and I'm not very good at this. Tarsier, I know Tarsier is a word. Despite this, these are words that are on my list. They're that common. Still can't see them all though. I do get down Tarry Sunni as a word. I figured that out somehow. I think I might have tried it, and just on the off chance that it was a word, because I knew I would have had another. I would have been able to make something anyway, but I thought that would be kind of, yeah, artsier or something would have played there, wouldn't it? Making sons. What does he do? Plays Vatted, and I've got so come back into the game. I'm only 34 behind, and I can see I have another bingo on my rack here. And I've got Mineral, and actually Nailer. That set is in the on the list too. So that's two 7-letter, but combinations that are on the list there. But I think I might have found that anyway. Just like I would have found Tarries, I would have known Tarries. Um, these are normal words. Mineral and Manlier, and I think Marline is in there too. There could even be something else. What do I play? I play Manlier, but I thought it was a fun word, a bit more of a fun word than Mineral is. So I maybe went for that one. And I can see he could have a nice stuff there. He could have something like Winnie's through an I or an E. I don't know if he's got that though. Doesn't seem to have that anywhere. Plays Win. In fact, so I would not do that. I would play Wims, Whims. You get rid of the S, but you score so much 12, 16, 17, 20, 42. Yeah, so it's literally double his score in that game, double his score on that move, rather. I would have definitely played that. But he doesn't, so that's interesting. Maybe he just didn't see it, which doesn't surprise me. He's going so damn fast. He would miss stuff, right? Even though he can play this in his sleep, uh, he, yeah, I think he's a better player than me. I feel that. He's a little bit better than me. And certainly, if this was a shorter game, like 5 minutes, I'd have been destroyed, let's be honest. But um, I, um, so I'm actually 2-1 up on bingos now, and I'm 20 points up on the scoreboard too. But I don't have a great rack here. FHV, they just don't play very nicely together. So what do I do? Play few. I don't know if there's anything better I could have done there. Probably is. Is there any way I could have got rid of F and V? Don't know. Is there a V? Is it? Yeah, I must have looked up here. This is sort of combination. I couldn't see a way of doing it though. It's just not nasty stuff here. Nasty stuff. So, and I couldn't see a way ahead. I would have kept the F and the V. I wouldn't have wanted to do that. Couldn't see a way of getting the F and the V to play down the bottom here in the middle row onto that triple. So, anyway, now he's got a great rack. See what he does with it, and the second blank. It's all going very nice. He's down by 47, but he gets 74 for manish, and I have a bit of a problem. So he plays a man word as well. I like the man words at the end, the words that end in man, because they pluralize with men. So in men, so you have twice as many ways of making a word than you normally would. So it seems like a nice. I think the man ending is underrated, and there are a lot of man words in this game, from what I can gather. So it's interesting we both played words of man at the beginning instead. He used his blank as an N. What have I got now? I've got a problem here because I'm already thinking there's a Y still left. You get something with a Y here, you're going to score a gazillion. And I'm thinking, well, he's drawn 7 tiles. He could easily have the Y. Um, so I want to take this out, and I make a mistake here. I play Do, and I should have kept hold of the E. Do would have scored 8. He doesn't, so the E would have been so useful because I still had the V. Yeah, I needed to keep hold of that. That was quite a sort of maybe medium-sized error there, I would say. And he's got 5 vowels. He doesn't have a nice rack. What does he do? Plays or for 16. I can see I've got. I don't think chaving is a word, but I play, and I don't think it would have played anyway, even if it was. Fan, so I play having, which seems like a good play. There's nothing going to go after the V, so I'm quite happy with that. Got a 7-point lead. He does have the Y now, so it's probably just as. So, did he pick up the Y at that point? So yeah, he picked up the Y after. So, but it's a good job I blocked it, I suppose, because he could have scored quite a lot there. Like limey would have been a word, I think. Would have scored well. With getting that double word on both directions. So, but he plays Yum, and I'm only 7 points down. But my rack here is bad. I've got CBP. They have like really terrible synergy, and I've got double U and double A. It's awful. It really is awful. These are, I mean, B, I mean, P, C. They're letters that go okay. They're okay by themselves, but then you duplicate. U's bad. Two U's is awful. Just a really, really bad set of tiles. I play Qua for 16. It's got. I feel like it's better than changing, but I still leave all of the. I unduplicate the two sets of vowels, but I've still got the CBP. Maybe I should have changed there. I mean, mate, I looked for things here like pub, but then that would have left UAA. Uh, I'm sure there are ways that I could have dealt with this a bit better than what I did. But I decided to just do that. So 16, but I don't know. Maybe I mean changing wouldn't have been so bad. Anyway, so very close. He's 9 points behind. He's got a better rack than what he had the previous time. Scores 30. So I didn't know that word. I didn't know cleave can be spelled that way. I don't know whether it means the same as cleave with an A, but he scores 32. My rack now I've got the G for good measure here. It hasn't got any better. What do I do? Just play pain. I was struggling to score 18, and now down by just 5. It's his and um yeah, so the bag's empty. He's got these 5 letters left. He's got pegs. Um, my rack's got really, it's crappy. It's still crappy. I've got 4 letters left. What do I do? Play bug. Okay. What does he do? he plays by. Do I get? Am I able to get rid of the C? I think I play just car here, don't I? Yeah. So look, he had 11 minutes left. 11 minutes. He played. He used 4 minutes. Of course, he had a lot of my time. And that and it didn't help me the fact that he was able to play so fast. So that was probably decisive actually that he was able to play so fast. And so what do I lose by in the end? 16. And but what was good about this game? We both put down two bingos. I was really encouraged by it. I thought only losing that game by 16, I had bad tile draws at the end that sort of scuppered me. Um, I didn't get either of the blanks. Did get some high scoring tiles, I suppose. Um, which one's like the J and the X? But I didn't have the best of it, and I still did have those two good bingos that I could see quite easily. But to score, yeah, I mean to score 430 and lose, I'm okay with that, right? To get that close, I was actually really happy with that. Uh, yeah, and I think I feel at the moment I'd be happier winning losing 501 to 500 than winning 301 to 300. Uh, that the former would be much more encouraging. This is closer to the former, certainly. A total score of getting not far off 900. That was a good game. It was a good game. Anyway, um, let's actually play a game. I'm going to have to put some light on. It's getting a bit dark. Can't see that well. So I'll be back in a sec. Right, we turn up the dimmer switch a bit here, and let's see if we can get a game going. Oh gosh, now he's rated in the 1400s. It's my turn. Gosh, that was quick. I've got to say, oh god. Now I've got my my leave is my rack is just bloody terrible here. I've got to get rid of either the U or the W, maybe even both. Got to do that. And the B, I've got the B. That's not helping me either. Double N. It's not great. So this rack is terrible. But I have to play through. 16's too much to just give up here. So let's play web. Don't pick up a third N, but I now have still got too many vowels. Um, I don't know what. I've almost got neutron. Uh, un. I've got 7 single point letters that don't really go that well together. And I've got the out start, but then I've got 2 ends there, so I don't think that's going to help me out. Sure. These are not great letters to have. There's a word, isn't there? Tonneau. T-O-N-N, which is like word for you have on your car. T-O-N-N-E-A-U. I haven't quite got that. Uh, so what can I do? Uh, I thought web was probably about as good as I could done, but I don't know. Maybe there's something better there. Use maybe a word I didn't know, could easily be that. Um, see what he does. Let's see. So I've got letters that will go above and below both the W and the B. The O is great for that sort of thing. I don't actually mind the O. Some people don't seem to. I prefer it to the I, but that might be because I'm not that good yet. If I'm ever going to be that good, double I I hate double I. Double O I can sort of um, cope with a little bit. It almost looks like a word Newtone or New, Newton is a word I actually have there, isn't it? Newton. That wouldn't score that well, and it would leave me with um, uh, an O and a U. Oh, let's see. He's taking a little bit of time on this move. I can't see any. I'm sure there are 8-letter plays, 8-letter words. Players feel right. So okay. Now, okay, I don't know if it takes anything out. Ooh. So I've got no, the only letter that will go after the before the L, sorry, is the E, and I I don't know how I could use that to any good effect. I could do something like I want to get rid of the U and maybe an O as well. I'd like to play TOUN. I don't know how I could do that though. Even just oh no, oh, this is hard. This is I've got letters I want or ONU. Just any of those letters would I would be happy. Uh, is Neff a word? Ah, this is what I just don't know my words. I don't think Neff is a word, is it? Oh, it is a word. Oh gosh. Well, but that's still not going to help me. N-O, oh, noon. But then the noon this is just awful stuff. N, double N would be a word, but I don't know what I can do. I mean, none by itself. I tell you what, I've got really, if I just play it out, scores, but the double N is not great. I just don't know what to do. I could play maybe, I mean, tunnel? Tunnel would score, they scored 12, but leave double O, that's not fantastic either. What on earth? I play not, Muto Tudo. This is just out. I just don't know what to do. I'm getting rid of so much time here too. N-O, is it an outer word? It is, I thought it was, you know. Scores 12. Of course, it takes an X. Hello takes an X. There's a bunch, probably takes a bunch of other stuff too. You've got the X, you're going to probably score well. My rack's only marginally better than what I just um, got rid of. So this is not been a great start for me. See stuff like a tone here. A tone. I've already got rid of 3 minutes of my time. 20% of my time is already gone here. I've got duplicates again. Actually, so look, I got rid of NO and T, and didn't I pick up all three? I think I did, plus an A, which is nicer. So I think I've got a very similar rack to what I think I've got six of the same six of the seven letters I had before. Yeah. What do I do here? I know. Yeah, okay, so you didn't have the X, but you had the W. It's like, what do you do, right? What do you do? I don't think I have anything that will go after this Anna. L will certainly go there. Just struggling here. Uh, does low take an E? I don't know. I just certainly don't have anything. There's all sorts of things like F's and G's and B's that will go here. S's, I don't have them. Since this is hard, let's be honest here. I just play something like not or is Ono? I think Ono is a word, isn't it? Um, it is. And look at what I've picked up here. It's getting worse. It's just getting worse. Um, so I scored all right there under the circumstance. I had two T's, but I thought, well, the worst double letter in the world, two T's. And I picked up no vowels. Sorry, only vowels. So I've got five vowels. Um, don't know what to do here at all. Could be a bit like a game I played um, last week or whatever day it was, Tuesday, Wednesday, something, Thursday was it, where I just didn't get anything and I lost by 50 or so. I thought at the end, did all right until he lose by 50. At one point I had a bingo, it was ready to go down, he blocked it in a place where I didn't expect him to block it, and then that was pretty much game over for me. But I sort of felt like I minimised the damage. Groof. Well, see, I don't know that word. That's a word. Was just there's a word there. I'll forget it though. So that's again. You see. I'm sort of struggling a little bit. I've got nothing. Do I change here? Down by what? Nearly 40. Um, you know what? I think I'm going to change. Uh, I mean, what can I score here? I can't see a way of scoring anything. Anything I mean, I could play something like utter here. That would leave three vowels still. I'm going to change. Gonna, I mean, ATE is quite nice, but I, I don't, it's a slightly imbalanced vowel business there. So, well, that's for now. That's better, but I've still got multiple E's. Like two E's are fine. Three, not so great. Um, okay, and because I don't have an I to hook this, down by about 80 now. Oh, what can I do? Could play something like Greet or um, this is going to be one of these games. I think I could play something like Greeter here. Maybe I should do this. And just blow the whole game open, right? Maybe that's not such a daft idea. I don't think I have anything to go after glow. It's only S would do that, right? Um, so if I just play greeter, um, then keeps a P, which is not the best I to keep. It's not terrible either. Uh, yeah, I might want to do this. He's got that's maybe a little bit too much. I don't know what I can do. I'd love to get rid of the G though. Um, I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Go, robe. It's just, I could play something like, it's just, I feel like I mean almost. Uh, GE or PE. Um, wouldn't be the worst thing to do actually. My rack leaves not. I've got egret on my rack. It's it might be worth just keeping these ones. A peg. I suppose anag is a word. I think I might just have to play this. Right, still got. It's better than going for greaser, I think. I've got amazing. Still got three E's. I do have a QI spot, but you're likely to take that. I could play grit or something. Although I don't want to do that because that leaves triple E and nothing else. Apart. That could have been like 80 times worse. Now, greetier, I don't think is a word. Maybe if I could play something here. Uh, really difficult because, right, say I play IT, play grit, well that's three E's. I cut three E's, I can't do that. GEI or GIE would work, but you can just see how sometimes things just don't work out. And that's okay. I could play something like reg. Is gal a word though? God knows. Um, yeg is a word, I think, isn't it? So I could play something like play. I want to get rid of an E though. The X is still there, isn't it? Um, uh, just. This was greetier. This was greetier as a word. No. Well, it could have an anagram though, couldn't it? Uh, let's see here. If I can play I, T, Git, G, I can't do that. Um, Yeg. Yeg is a word, isn't it? Rag or rage. You can play the X there. It's just hopeless. I can't do anything here. I've got I'm out of options again. Maybe I mean I could just play Tiger, but I don't want to. I don't want to leave. This is just GER word. Um, what do I do here? Okay, and I mean it's getting worse. I was getting so there's nothing I could do, right? Just this has been my worst game by a long way. Of 30 something, 30 odd I've played so far. Been the worst by some margin, and you just gotta sort of keep a clear head in this point. Yeah, yeah, okay. So he scores 25 again. That could be worse. I'm down by 100, but I think I have to change again here. Could play OORIE. What would that score? That would score 9. Um, I don't actually mind, but I do mind that it's uh, oh, I'm gonna have to change again. I'm gonna keep ET again. Get rid of um, 5 vowels. Okay. Well, it's funny. Even though I've got a much nicer rack now, I've still got 3 E's. Isn't it amazing? Um, like something. What can I do here? Emirates or something feels like steamiest or steamier or something, but steam. It's wow. It's funny that David Webb's last game he put up was just brutal. So I've got less than 6 minutes left. So now he's managed to EST, but I think I'm going to have to do something like um, what I got was trow's got to be in there, hasn't it? Um, uh, Meats or something. So what happens here is then you can't see anything anymore. You'd like to resign, but that's not really what you should do. Um, that's gonna it's gonna leave 3 E's still. This is just um, that's 16. I think I'm gonna go with that. Got a good rack still. Um, Now I've actually got something that I can use. I mean the J's not gonna give me a bingo, but it will score something. I can score something here if it stays available. Um, he might well go there, but I've got 91 points, and over half the game's still left. That's the crazy thing. And I've got less than a third of my time left. It's been that bad, and I just don't know what to do. I could easily time out here. If he goes here, I'm probably going. That's really gonna do for me. Oh, he doesn't. Well, I'm just gonna have to go jet right here. Um, I mean, yeah, or jet. It's not great, but because of the vowel imbalance, but I think I have to go with it. Oh, I've played egg, have I? Oh no. J A. It's not getting any easier, is it? G G is this a word? JEAT? It is. That's what I should have done. Um, have I got easiest? I have. Is it going to play anywhere? Feasties, if that's a word. Um, That's the problem when you're getting into the halfway stage or past the halfway stage. I mean, steam, emies, teamiest, all these sorts of words. They could be words. Uh, do have easiest, but I don't see where that's going to play. Fat, well, I think fattiest would almost. That's three. That'd be. Got to be careful with the time thing now. This has been a real. And actually, he hasn't gone that fast either. Steamies? Don't suppose that's a word. I'll check it. Oh, it is. Wow. Let's see if it stays there. He could easily use the J. I'm surprised that's a word. If he wants to use the J, now if he takes that out, then what do I do here? I might play TAJ or something, but then that's leaving too many duplicates and I mean I'm lucky to have the two S's. Lucky to have that, to have them. Uh, Taking a little bit of time. He could be close to a bingo. Uh, Vin, I don't think takes any hooks. So steamies is a word. Does it have an anagram? And what about here? Feasties. I'd be really surprised if that was a word. If I check it, no. That's safeties. Oh, safeties will be a word though, won't it? Because I'm pretty sure. So I check safeties because um, I'm pretty sure that in American football there's something called a safety. Not quite sure what it is, but I feel it's going to have to be in here. It is, right? So which one do I want to do? I think I'm going to go with Steamies because it will score more, but he's changed three. That's 72. Gee, that would actually put me behind by only 14. Well, if I go for safeties, that's 62. I mean, defensively, this is way better, isn't it? But do I actually want that? Do I want that? I'm gonna have to make my mind up. Steamies. I didn't expect to have this decision. If he's got Z here, that's game over though. I think that's gonna make me do this instead. Okay. Whew. And actually I I've played a bingo and he hasn't, but I'm down by 24. I feel like I'm down by like a lot more. Yeah, because he could have had the Z already. It's possible. He could have kept it. Unlikely, but possible. What can I do then? 3.5 left, just under 3.5. Really going to be struggling for time here. So, it's been a torrid game. Awful racks, but I can play doily through here, something like that. I have to really think about this. And just yo here would be something too. Score something. I don't know if jilty is a word. I think it probably is. But that wouldn't be too bad because it would. I mean, you could have something like deeps there. So he scored all right, but now what? Um, I could play Yod here. What would that score? So it's 32. I don't love this because of duplicate I. There's still three left, but it does score kind of well. I play Jilty. That's 20. What did that score though? Was it? It was Yod. I'm going to go with it. I do pick up the third eye because you always know if you have two eyes, you will pick up a third eye. And I is a letter I struggle with. Maybe I should have gone with. I just felt that it was just giving too much away. Uh, I'm actually kind of all right with how I've dealt with this game, but my problem has been the time. I've got 3 minutes left now. I don't know what to do here. I've got nothing. I haven't decided anything. I've got only 1 pointers. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really, really hard. So if I can do something down here, uh, like riot or something, but I can't see how I can do this. Got to get rid of at least one eye, absolute minimum here. Uh, what can I do here? Can't see anything, to be honest. Tyro would be a word. It's got 8. Massive struggle, this. Massive struggle. Again, DEA. How many D's left? There's 2 left. Luckily, you're not You've only got three and a bit minutes left too, so this is going to be interesting. With both, you haven't had good racks lately, I can tell. That's but what on earth do I do? I could play moot, but then I've got to get rid of at least one eye. Absolute imperative. Hex, you score pretty well, but use your blank. Wowee. Um, toy. I don't know if I can. I don't think there's any way I can play the I as well. Hex, I can play L. Well, I think I'm gonna have to let that one go. I think I can do it, but I've got T. Oh no, because no, because I've got nothing. I have to get rid of an I. Absolutely have to. I've got no idea what to do here. Can't change again. I don't think I can anyway. I could, but um, something like lit. Lit. Really? Is that a word? No, it is not a word. Oh shit. See the problem I'm facing here. But nothing that will go here. Oh. What on earth do I do here? Maybe just OI for 8. That's all I can think of doing that doesn't. Yeah. Actually, this rat leave's not terrible. Because now I do have things. Have I got things that will go here? I think I do, like reg or something. Yeah, you see, he had stuff that I didn't have, and that's life. I'm down by 85, and what do I do here? Not much I can do. Not much I can do now. What can I do? If I put um, this J on, we'll play something like jig. Okay, let's do that. And now, oh god, I've got the Z. Jeez, he's got A. Yeah, I didn't have anything to go there. Wow. Um, I can play says here. I quite like that. It would score well. It would score well 32, 30, 30, whatever that is, 35, 40, 41, 42, 44. Um, ooh. So having the the Z. Is there anything else I can do here? If I play the Z here, I think it will go. Um, I mean, I've got all sorts of stuff here. I'm just out of time, pretty much. If you play up here, I'm struggling though, really bad. I don't know what to do. So I've really got to think about that too. But nothing that will go outside of this. Okay, let's just play this immediately. Oh, no, oh hang on, not there. That's not going to work. How about here? 44. Oh, heck. Right. Oh, wow. Didn't see that coming. I don't know what to do. Um. Ugh. Ugh. There's got to be that bingos here, and I don't know what they are. Consider mute. Oh. Um. Oh, crikey. I think because I'm so um. Oh, this is difficult. I can't see them fast enough. ING. I've got ING potentially too, but I'm just out of time here, and this is the real problem. If I do, what did you score? 24. I played four in the bag. I play that score 16. I think I'm going to do this, but see, the problem. I know I've got stuff here. I just can't see them fast enough. Uh, this is a real. I mean, there could be all sorts of stuff here. What's he got? He's got two in the bag. I can. Have I got something purloin? Haven't I got purloin here? I have, but that's not going to play. I don't think. No, it's not going to play there. There's no seven letter lane here anymore. No, so I can't play purloin. It's possible something through this T. So after a good run of scores in the 400s, mostly, this has been a hard one. Uh, see, I can see ing, but plurting, I don't think is a word, or turpling, or troopling. Okay, yeah, maybe. Um, I may even like what can I do here? I can just see what to do. A word here that'll go here. I'm out of time. This is the other thing, right? Out of time. I have to just do something, right? Um, is that a word? That's not. I've tried to make a word that's not real. Okay. I thought LAE might be a word, so he's going to go over time here. Um, but you get a 10-point penalty, and I lose by 63. Yeah, well, that was an interesting one, and I know, I'm sure I had bingos there. It'd be nice to go back. I mean, Says sort of gave me a chance. Then picking up the blank meant I had to. I thought I might well have had a bingo there, but I was um, struggling throughout. Like the first two-thirds of the game, I was really struggling. At 4 seconds left. Uh, So actually, I would have lost by 73, but he got a 10-point penalty. We both. You didn't have. I don't think he had great racks either, to be honest. And I was the only one who played a bingo there. This was a tough game, and it's sort of instructive, I think, as to what the hell you do. See, the other problem I had is I was pretty sure I had a bingo, but there wasn't one that played that I could see. So, and isn't this a contrast to the David Webb sort of videos that you see, that this is just like, it feels like harem scarum stuff, doesn't it? Like not knowing words, not knowing my threes, and just having to guess. Like I know some words, I know says is certainly a word that scored well, but yeah, so I did get down a bingo. That was something. I had a choice of plays, but I was really surprised that what was the word? Steamies was um was a word. Maybe I should have gone for that. You just don't know. Scored 10 more points. But anyway, what can I go back to the game? Uh, okay, if I just go back at this point here. It feels so. So before he played dance, so I played that. So didn't he? Oh, okay. So I think what happened there was, so he played dance. which blocked off pretty much anything that could have played there, unless I played that as an H, then I'd have needed a consonant to go after that, which there aren't any. So he blocked that off there, which is actually pretty good play by him. Oh, deek is definitely a word. Um, un, I don't know. I'd have to make the blank a D, and I don't think I have anything here. Uh, and then the only other thing would have been through another T. So I don't. Is turtling a word? By the way, can I have a look at this? Is turtling a word? Can I have a look? Gosh, it would. That's a word. So I had turtling there. Whoa! But I had no bloody time, did I? Because I had such dreck to deal with for the whole of the game. So turtling is a word. So if I'd put down turtling for, it wouldn't have scored that well. Scored 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. It would have scored 61. Um, so when he played dunce, so I was down by 45 at that point. And that's after playing says. And then I was 69 down, still 4 in the bag at that point. So if I managed to find turtling, then that would have put me on 3-4-1. I still would have been 8 points behind. I probably still wouldn't have won actually, but would have given myself a shot. And then what did he do after that? If I'd played turtling, what did he have? Um, yeah, he would have been 8 points ahead, and that was his rack. So could he have played anything down from the there with the B or the T or the E? Don't know. He just plays bout there, doesn't he? Yeah. I think it might have been close. I can see. I mean, ache. Does that go? Does that go? I saw that. I thought if he has an A, he could play something, but I don't know if that would have made anything. Probably not. I thought it was an interesting game because it was so tough. Uh, so I did manage to get three. What did I get in the end? 310. So I did break 300, which I always think is like in American baseball, they used to have something called the Mendoza line, or they probably still call it that, where if you're a really bad batter, then it's a sort of line that separates being just mediocre from being properly awful. I always think 300 is kind of that line here. So at least if you get 300, that's something. It's quite a low scoring game here, 6-7-5 in total. Um, okay, it would have been 6-8-5 if he hadn't gone over by 2 seconds. But anyway, yeah, that was that. And you see, I don't always win, and I'm going to do a lot of losing. His rating's a little bit better than mine. What did mine go down by? 8 points. Interesting game all the same. Um, yeah, so I hope you kind of enjoyed that. And maybe next time I'll remember turtling if it comes up. And yeah, and that will be it for me. It's been quite a long video, this, I think. Apologies for that. Hopefully it'll be a little bit quicker next time, a little bit shorter. Uh, Bye, everybody.